Hi there, my name's Dana Worley and I'm a glass artist, and I live and I create in northern Utah. I thought today that I'd bring you into my studio and show you a little bit about the work I create, the tools I use, and a little bit about my process. So let's take a look. First off, let's take a look at the tools that I use and the materials that I use. I'm what they call a fused glass artist, or an artist who works in kiln-formed glass, and which just means that my work is fired in the kiln, and that's a little bit different than the work that you see that is made by glass blowers. So basically, I'm starting with colored or clear sheets of glass, the glass especially manufactured so that it all works nicely together in the kiln. And in addition to the sheet glass that I use, I also work with like chunks of glass, powders. I have paints so that I can paint designs if I would like. And I use mica for shiny things. As far as tools, I have my trusty cutter, which basically you hold in your hand like this, and you drag across the glass, and it puts a very thin score line in it, and then you're able to take the glass and break it with your hands. You may also use what these are called running pliers, and so they're used to help you run a nice straight score down the glass. And I have a variety of those. I also have pliers that you can use to grab a piece of glass and break it off, special little contraptions for breaking the glass, and rulers. As far as the kiln, this is the largest kiln that I have. All of these run on standard household voltage, but this kiln is a 240 volt. This kiln is also a 240 volt, and it's a bit special in that, let's see if we can do this, that the bottom will drop down out of it, so that so you see that that goes up and down. But you can also use this particular kiln to manipulate hot glass in the kiln. All the heat stays up inside the box, and it allows you to take stainless steel tools and work on the glass. I also have another small kiln, and I've also got a frame on top of it. That's what I was using for holding my camera. I have a lapidary grinder that I drag out when I need to do what they call cold working, which is polishing or leveling out edges of glass. I also have a small tabletop grinder that just has a small diamond bit on it. My sink, it's my prized possession as a glass artist. One of the things that you need to do is make sure that your glass is clean. I also have a sandblaster, and a sandblaster is used to allow you to get a matte finish on the surface of the glass. We have here in northern Utah a really beautiful garden, especially this time of year, and so a lot of my work is garden inspired. So we might have something kind of whimsical like these pieces, poppies. We had a lot of those in my garden this year. Heliopsis is growing now. I also make decorative and functional bowls. So we have, I love blue, and so a lot of the work that you will see is blue. I make small dishes as well. This particular piece is painted, so it's some of the paints that I showed you before on top of black glass and then fired. This is a combination of paints here in this piece. There are some paints and some glass dots here in this piece, and then the rest of it is sheet glass, though the white images here are also paints, and it's all put in the kiln and fired together, and then it's fired a second time to give it its shape. So the first time around, when you fire it, you get a flat piece, and the second time, you're usually getting your shape. I didn't show my molds, but we'll swing around really quickly over here and take a look. These are all the ceramic and stainless steel molds that I use to help form the glass. One of the things that I love making are vases, and I just really love this piece. I think it's just fun colors, the blues and the greens and the wispy whites. I also do what you might call wall jewelry. Some people like to refer to it as that. Basically just pieces that you can hang on your wall and add a little bling. And then I also do some 2D framed work. So this is a somewhat abstract picture of cedar breaks living in Utah. I'm inspired by a lot of our red rock country, and this particular piece was actually inspired by the ocean. So that's a little bit about my work and my process and a quick look at my studio, and I appreciate you taking the time to drop in, and have a great day. Bye.